Collaborating for Rwanda. Imagine how you would feel if your children were sick or dying from diarrhea and you could not get them to a doctor. Around the world, more than 840,000 people, most of them children, die annually from water-related diseases. Waterborne illnesses compound the consequences of severe malnutrition, which stunts children's growth. But foul water is not the only problem. Women and children spend 140 million hours a day collecting water, typically using jerry cans that once held gasoline and carcinogenic chemicals. 1 That is a lot of time that they could spend doing something better with their lives, like earning a living or getting an education. And because they carry these heavy cans on their heads, they can develop all kinds of neck and back problems. Compounding the problem is the lack of access to healthcare. In poor countries around the world, many people are days away from any kind of healthcare facility. Rwanda has undergone remarkable improvements in standards of living and access to healthcare since the 1994 genocide. Today, it's the only country in the region on track to achieve each of the health-related United Nations Millennium Development Goals by 2015. 2 Even so, people in rural and hard-to-reach areas suffer because of poor access to health services. To solve the health access problem, the US-based NGO Partners in Health and its Rwandan sister organization, Inshuti mu Buzima, began working side by side with the Rwandan Ministry of Health to improve health outcomes for the country's poorest and most vulnerable citizens. Together, these two organizations and the Rwandan government are setting up a decentralized network of community health workers, health centers, and district hospitals. Meanwhile, Grief Flexible Products and Services, a partnership between RWANDA Group and Grief Inc., an Ohio-based packaging and container company, chose to tackle the clean water and transport problem. 3 The solution had to be lightweight and take the stress off the head and arms. It would have to carry enough water for daily use. It would have to be reusable, easy to use, and, ideally, easy to clean to help keep water safe and potable. And this was very important. The solution had to make business sense. It could not just be put together as a charity. It had to eventually become sustainable and self-supporting. This meant that as a nonprofit enterprise, it had to be scalable and make some money for entrepreneurial women who might be able to help manufacture, service, and distribute the equipment to others in their communities. Relying on their extensive expertise in developing materials packaging, the Grief Innovation team used a rapid iteration process, working on designs until they came up with the right combination of features. They worked with Battelle, a leading research and development nonprofit and corporate neighbor in Ohio, to conduct materials testing. The innovative solution Grief Flexibles came up with, Pack H2O, was simple, cheap, and elegant. The lightweight $6 backpack, which women in the country can sew to earn money, has a special liner that can be pulled out and set in the sun. Contact with the sunlight keeps the liner clean and the water drinkable. Incorporating Pack H2O in the new HealthPost strategy devised by the Rwandan government and Partners in Health also provides an income-generating opportunity for cooperatives of HealthPost nurses, who will distribute thousands of Pack H2O water backpacks to vulnerable populations. The plan includes fueling local businesses that can manufacture, sell, and service the water backpacks. By summer of 2017, we expect that the combination of the health networks and the backpack business will have a positive impact on the lives of 600,000 Rwandan people. And by 2020, RWANDA Group, Grief, Stars Foundation, Partners in Health, 4 and the Rwandan Ministry of Health hope to have scaled up this work to reach 8 million people in the country. When the teams were demonstrating the pack in one Rwandan village, they discovered another Completely unforeseen benefit to the water carriers, as women and girls crowded around to see how easy it was to fill, carry, and use the pack. A community health worker placed a child's pack filled with water on one of the girls in the crowd. She began running around with a huge smile on her face. All the girls and women started clapping, but one lady shed quiet tears. "You have to understand," the worker said, when asked why the woman was crying, "that many of these young girls who are asked to bring water home are vulnerable when walking home. And when faced with danger, they are reluctant to set the water down. They don't want to drop the water and run with the pack on. As you see, she can run quickly." 5. This example of a collaborative partnership among these and many other organizations shows how a collection of efforts, done well, can generate amazing changes in the world. That should hardly surprise us, the management guru Warren Bennis observed. In a society as complex and technologically sophisticated as ours, the most urgent projects require the coordinated contributions of many talented people. Whether the task is building a global business or discovering the mysteries of the human brain, one person can't hope to accomplish it, however gifted or energetic he or she may be. There are simply too many problems to be identified and solved, too many connections to be made. 6.